Jordan Burch, third-round pick of the Arizona Cardinals in the 2025 NFL Draft, had an absolute monstrous performance in Week 1 of preseason versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And although he did not show up on the stat sheet, today we're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into Jordan Burch and what exactly he did here in Week 1 of preseason that can get you very excited about this third-round pick. Let's dive into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. We are on the road to 18K now. Cannot do it without you guys. So go ahead and make sure you go ahead and subscribe it up for free. No charge to you at all, but it does give you some Arizona Cardinals content to get you through the 2025 season. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Jordan Burch's debut. Now, the Cardinals ended up starting off the 2025 NFL Draft by getting a very, very highly scouted player in Walter Nolan in the first round. Of course, we all know that in the second round, Will Johnson ended up falling to us, but we just might have hit the trifecta here with Jordan Burch. Now, we're going to be doing a deep dive into what exactly he did, some plays that we ended up kind of picking apart here from Week 1 of preseason versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But I want to go ahead and take it back just a little bit. I did not think that Jordan Burch was going to get drafted by the Cardinals. I didn't have him on my radar, but these are the best type of players that these front office, right, and Monty Ossenford and these scouts, they are looking everywhere, right? And this might be a diamond in the rough, if I can be absolutely honest. This guy's automatically showing some really good traits off the edge, whether it's trying to stop somebody on the run, whether it's absolutely causing so much pressure that, the quarterbacks absolutely get spooked. Now, I want to be very clear. Jordan Burch was put out there to roll with the second stringers and the third stringers. So we saw him probably in the second quarter and to finish off the game as well in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Definitely, obviously, some sprinkled in. He didn't play every single snap, but he did a very good job, especially when he was lined up on the opposing side of Xavier Thomas, which you guys already know I'm a big fan of Xavier Thomas, and Jordan Burch is definitely going to be another intriguing prospect for the Cardinals. Now, in the combine, his measurements was 6'4", 279 pounds. He actually ran a 4.67 40-yard dash. Now, to kind of put it into perspective, the fastest edge rusher this year was James Pierce Jr., and I believe he actually ran a sub 4, like 0.5. I think, to be exact, I think it was actually 4.47. So obviously the whole James Pierce Jr. situation, everybody was really excited, but we got Jordan Burch here that ran a little slower, right? 0.20 slower than a James Pierce Jr. But overall, he is looking pretty darn explosive from what we've seen here in Week 1. Now, of course, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on him in Week 2 as well as Week 3 of preseason, being the fact that he most likely will not be a starter. But I do believe that he can definitely potentially be a starter maybe by the end of the season or maybe in 2026. Being the fact that the Cardinals drafted him in the third round, we do not have to use him in 2025 right off the rip, right? Now, as of right now, Josh Sweat is probably the only edge rusher that we know that has shown a consistent sample size of what he's done in the NFL. After Josh Sweat, we got players like Baron Browning. We got Zaven Collins, which the Arizona Cardinals drafted him as a middle linebacker and then turned him into an edge rusher, right? Then we got Xavier Thomas going into his year 2. And then on top of that, we also do got B.J. Ojulari, which we're all hoping for him to potentially stay healthy. But like I said, after Josh Sweat, there isn't really much of, a long sample size that we know that these guys can potentially do it, right? Now, in his last college year in Oregon, Jordan Burch amounted over to 8.5 sacks. Now, of course, I would love that production in the NFL, and I saw a little bit of clips here and there from college, and he actually looks to be pretty darn solid. But let's go ahead and take a look into what Jordan Burch has done in Week 1 in preseason versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I do go ahead and I have this compilation here of all the different plays that I really, really liked here of Jordan Burch. Of course, there's some of them that he's not really effective, whether it's a run play on the opposing side of him or whether it's a quick throw on the opposing side of him, right? So we don't got every single clip, but I got some clips here that we're really going to focus on in terms of what he did very, very well on. Now, we will be pausing it here and there, right? Kind of rewind it here and there. The biggest reason as to why is that we're trying to stay under the radar of who, right? So let's dive into it, right? Really like what I've seen here from Jordan Burch, but let's go ahead and get started. Now, this first one is going to be he forces the quarterback to make an absolute quick decision. Now, I'm going to do a real quick rewind here. We do have the marker right there showing that he is lined up on the left-hand side, and he absolutely forces a quick decision. Now, we do got two camera angles on this. Do you think the better angle is going to be on this next one here? So as you can tell, an incomplete, we forced the quarterback to throw it quicker than he anticipated because Jordan Burch got there so quick. Now, like I said, a lot of these plays that we have, it's Jordan Burch on one side and Xavier Thomas on the other side. I love that duo. I feel like that's going to be a real scary duo in the future. Now, obviously, it really depends on opportunity more than anything, right? But let's go ahead and get started here on the next camera angle, which is the same exact play, and we're going to be highlighting him right there. So right there on the screen is going to be here on your right-hand side, and just look to see how fast he gets back there. Now, quarterback does a very smart thing. He gets more protection. He moves number 25, which is the running back, over to the right-hand side of him to hopefully get more protection because Burch is already being very, very disruptive as is. So take a look here. Let's go ahead and do a real quick look at that. Woof. Just bulldozes him into the quarterback. He feels the pressure. The quarterback cannot seem to be comfortable back there, right? Or at least take the time to actually time this up perfectly. Because as you can tell, looking at this, he completely sails it over the wide receiver back there. He could not get the proper amount of time to get that ball to the wide receiver, right? So amazing job here overall by Jordan Burch. We're seeing a lot of these good plays here as well. Now we got Jordan Burch here as well. He doesn't do a play that's going to be showing up on the stat sheet. And please keep in mind, he did not show up on the stat sheet at all in week one, with the exception of one assisted tackle. Like, that's all he amounted to. But like I said, he should have had 2 sacks, and we're going to be diving into those specific plays here as soon as well. So in this one, he just gets his hands up really, really quickly. If you cannot get to the quarterback, do what you need to do. Put your hands up. You're a 6'4" guy, you're going to most likely disrupt something. But I don't think he actually gets to the ball here. But let's take a look at this play here. So Jordan Burch lined up here on the left-hand side of the screen. Saw the marker a little earlier. Snaps the ball. Quick throw. Puts his hands up in the air. Like I said, he doesn't get there, but just the smartness, the ability to know that this is what you should be doing if you can't get back there. Quarterback was going to throw that ball very, very quickly. I think he already anticipated that I'm going to throw this ball to the flat regardless, right? So not Jordan Burch's fault at all, but he tried to be some sort of a disruptor regardless of did he get there or did he not get there, right, at the end of the day. So this is the different angle as well. We got Jordan Burch here. This is the exact same play where they just kind of dump it off to the running back, but like I said before, puts his hands up in the air and tries to make some sort of play, right, for his defense at the end of the day. And like I said before, we're going to be stopping it here and there specifically for the reasons of, Big Brother watching. So just FYI. Okay, this one's one of my favorite plays. I really love this play here from Jordan Burch. You can tell by the marker right there. He's sitting on the left-hand side on the edge. And this play is just kind of a glimpse of what he could potentially be for the Arizona Cardinals if given the opportunity. Let's go ahead and play it here. Got Jordan Burch on the left-hand side. And ball snapped. Good God. Good God. You're going to see the other angle that I have here as well. It just puts an absolute swim move on that tackle back there. And, of course, another decision that the quarterback needs to make, a very, very fast decision, because he's getting back there so fast. He's rattling them. He's rattling them. Now, one thing that I have a thought, or I didn't mention on this other angle, but look at this. So see that? So on the other angle, you don't really see it, but on this angle, the quarterback just tosses it on the floor. Like, Burch gets there so quickly. It almost kind of seems like it's a screenplay that they're trying to kind of get going, right? And of course, screenplays take a while to get going, right? For the right movement, the right throw to kind of get there. The screenplays need to take some specific times to develop. And of course, you got the running back right there. Burch is already back there with his hands up. Quarterback just tosses the ball right onto the floor. It's done. It's cooked. They're not going to be able to do it. It's absolutely cool. Like, I love this. This is getting me so pumped up because, Jordan Burch almost kind of flew under the radar in Oregon. And I'm so glad that we got this front office, man. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Now, this next one should have been a sack, but there was a flag on the play that ended up negating this specific play. Unfortunate, but let's go ahead and take a look to see what Jordan Burch ended up doing. So on the right-hand side, now, real quick, I'm going to rewind it real fast. There was an attempt. There was an attempt for the running back here. Number 14, which is your quarterback. Number 25 attempts to chip at Jordan Burch to help out number 72. And I only got one camera angle on this one, so pay attention very, very closely. This is the best angle anyways. Take a look at this. He attempts to chip him, and then Jordan Burch says, back off, over pursues, comes back, keeps the motor going, and just brings him down. He holds on to his leg. He doesn't let him go. This play right here is magnificent from Jordan Burch. I'm going to go and play it one more time because I love the fact that this running back thought that he was going to be able to do something with the chip. the chip play. He just wasn't, like, it wasn't really effective. It didn't take him off his mark or anything. Over pursues, comes back around, swings around, keeps the motor going, keeps his legs down on the ground, and boom. That's it. That should have been a sack for Jordan Burch right there. Unfortunately, there was a flag thrown on the play, and unfortunately ended up getting negated because, you know, these refs are very, very flag happy. But yeah, definitely very unfortunate. Great play overall. Loved what I seen on that one. This is a this is a great play as well. This kind of shows you that he can be a very, very good run stopper as well. Now, looking at the film, he's not the best at it, but I like this specific example. I love this specific example. So he's here on the left-hand side of the edge, seals the edge, forces the running back to go back in because you've seen multiple times that, you know, sometimes our edge rushers kind of get, you know, either held or maybe over pursued too much or maybe go on the inside. So it forces the running back to go outside to kind of gain some yardage there. But being the fact that Jordan Burch sealed the edge, got the running back kind of a little worried, gave him just no real other option but to go on the inside, right? Let's look at this one more time. Jordan Burch here, number 52. Seals the edge, has to go back in. Not an effective play. Not an effective play at all by the running back. This next one should have been his sack number 2. You got Jordan Burch all the way at the very top on the edge. We're going to be playing this. So we got 2 camera angles on this one. Look at that. Good God. The quarterback was done for. Now, you could already tell there was a flag already thrown right there. You could see the flag on the floor. But just how fast he can get back there, whether it's a bull rush or a swim move, he is doing everything he can to disrupt a play. Look at that. 64 has no chance. The quarterback knew it. The quarterback knew it already from the jump. Let's watch this one more time from this angle. There's Jordan Burch right there on the left-hand side. Just not even close, man. Not even close. Jordan Burch, my goodness. This guy is going to be absolutely special. I'm actually really excited to see what he can do for the Arizona Cardinals defense. This is going to be one of those things that, like, you're really going to have to let this kid develop, right? Now, like I said before, we don't have to have him play in 2025 in a good dosage of snaps. We don't have to. That's the beautiful part of this whole situation. We do not have to have him start in 2025. Is he going to be a rotational piece? Well, I mean, looking at the depth chart that we have right now, I sure as heck hope that he's going to be some sort of rotational piece because although, yes, I do like Xavier Thomas, Jordan Burch is already kind of the second stringer compared to your Xavier Thomas. And then you got Baron Browning, which I really like as well. Zaven Collins, right, as well. B.J. Ojulari can stay healthy. But Jordan Burch is showing very, very, very good intangibles that this guy can be a real good player in the NFL if given the opportunity. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Do me a huge favor, smack the like button if you truly enjoy this type of content, and subscribe. We're on the road to 18K. Cannot do it without you guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cardinals.